Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kay. It is good to have you with us as usual. Today, we are in a bunch of HST liveries, uh, hopping off of the HST farewell pack. I want to say HST hello. There's plenty of stuff that we can do with this thing, but for now, let's actually jump into the rundown. So as you can see, our first run will be in the Network Scott East DLC. It is a Blue Pullman, actually, Shenfield to Fort William. But I believe we are starting off in Glasgow. Not quite sure where we're finishing at. It actually is a run that I've done before, not on stream, but I've actually played this before, and I liked it, so I figured I'd throw this in as well. And then followed by another run, Plymouth to Leeds, in the Just Trains Midlands Main Pack. So we'll also jump into that one as well. We also have another run leaving from Glasgow Queen Street to Aberdeen, and that's back in the Network Scott East DLC. Followed by a new measurement train run off of the Midlands Mainland DLC, off of Just Trains. And if we have time, well, we won't have time probably, but if anything else happens uneventfully, I have a work in progress scenario that I was working on, leaving King's Cross to Sunderland. So we will hop into a East Coast HST heading out towards Leeds in the first part of this work in progress scenario that I'm working on. The rest of the scenario out to Sunderland is not ready to be played yet. I'm actually working on adding some announcements to this DLC. Other than that, the route is ready to go. So that's just in case anything happens. And that's our quick rundown for today. So as you can see, I actually have the game already loaded up. So let's jump right into it. I'll get this unpaused. Should be a briefing coming in. So that pops up. Let's get the train set up. GWS. Headlights. Let's get the doors open. I don't think I need the doors open. Set up our cameras while we wait. Slam door slamming. Let's set up our passenger's camera. Number 3 camera, I always like on the inside, so we'll just set that up there. That way we can catch some oncoming traffic on the other track. But let's actually get these doors closed. We have the light. Looks like the doors are closed. 2 for the guard, but you do not hear it. Actually, let's jump back in the cab. Get the brakes off. Let that pipe to about 5. Put this back and forward. Make sure my DVD is on. And applying power. And if I remember correctly, we may be chasing some yellows because I believe there's a service that left a little bit before me. Yeah, I'm actually sorry to see that they're going LaserJet, which is why I wanted to do this pack for today, just so I can have some more fun with it. Okay, we get up to 20 here. As we head to Carla's East Curve. Just gonna back up off there a little bit. That got us to double yellows. And I believe this light is actually broken. It's red that we're gonna approach. So I will tab past it. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually hoping if and when I go back out there, I can see some other cool trains like that. I still have yet to see a Voyager up close and personal, so I would love to see that as well. Anybody who knows me know I love me a 390 Pendolino, which I do see that enough when I go out there. Now it's double yellow. We can get up to 50 here, but I'm just going to keep it around 20, 25 until we clear these yellow signals that we're approaching. I can see the yellow ahead. I really don't like this. I wish I could change that. Or at least fix it. And I can see the signal is now green. Nice. So you're more north. It's pretty cool. I've yet to get that far up. I would love to, just to complete my West Coast Main Line run. I've only been as far as Liverpool and Manchester. I'm going to tap through this light because I know it's... Only because I know that that red light is broken. I do have a want and need to actually get up to Newcastle, only because I actually want to see Liverpool play Newcastle, because I'm a Liverpool fan, and I want to see the stadium before it gets torn down, or if they're even tearing it down. But I know they want a new stadium out there, so I would like to see it. Just, check it off my list, because I do have a list of stadiums out there that I have visited, and I want to complete the collection. We can get up to 90 here. I'm just gonna give it some more juice. Keep it around 40 for now, just because it looks like the lights are just falling into sync for me. In the meantime, we'll hop out and look at this. I do like the Pullman. I've done a run with this before. It's pretty nice, good to look at. Flick a pick there. I think it's pretty cool. How can people not like the HSTs? On paper, I do like when K5s look. I've just never seen it. But I do like the way it looks, design-wise, aesthetically. I like things like that. I'm gonna try to get up to 100 here. Hopefully there's enough distance between us. Check the passengers. That's the one thing I do hate. I hate going backwards. I feel like I'm going back in time. But this is a very quiet cab. I will give it that. Looks like it could be enjoyable if I was actually sitting in it. Are there any different angles on this? No, there's no different angles. All right, we are just under 39 miles to our destination of Kohler's East Curve. Looks like we'll be dropping to 90 pretty soon. Hope everyone's had a good week. Enjoying your weekend so far. I realize it's starting to get late in the UK. As we get spammed with a bunch of messages. I don't know why it does that. Every once in a while it does that. As we see yellow coming up here. There's the magnet. Acknowledge. Don't want to run into traffic. Such a beautiful day out. Signal yellow coming up. Actually, double yellow. We'll drop down anyway. Probably hold at 50. I believe this scenario is one of Emily S's scenario. I do like her work as well, if it ain't my own. Only thing I believe I changed was the sky and weather. Added a little mist and clouds. I believe this was set for a clear day, but I have grown quite fond of the mist setting in the AP Sky and Weather pack. Other than that, this is all Emily S scenario. Haven't quite checked if she put anything new up. Just been doing my own thing and creating my own scenarios. Also gotta check if Southwestern put anything up. I haven't been in the train sim community lately. Just a little busy. Life stuff. Add some more power here. Just under 34 miles to Cowler's East Curve. Is that our only stop? It is. Wish I could change the view of this tunnel. All right, we can get up to 100. A little bit just past the next signal, but I'm just going to leave it a Notch Street for now. Actually, we'll hop out. I have after the next vigilance check. Actually, well, how about now? Hit the wrong button. Acknowledge that. And we'll look at some of the greenery and the scenery. And yes, I rhymed that on purpose. How far up can I go? Let's see. Not much to see here. But that is one thing I like about Classic over World. In World, you can't go that far up. I don't like that. Is the Pullman train still around? I know they're phasing out the HSTs, but is this something that they would actually keep still? I'd love to know. Double yellows here. Just slowing down again. Now we're going to step 3 here. Oops. I'd also like to acknowledge the last follow. Sorry, I'm a little late. Alex Von D, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the kingdom. Just under 30 miles to our destination. And we're back on green. I want to see how far up this guy is in front of me. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. I don't think I've ever had a bad run in Scotland. So far, I've enjoyed every run I've done in Scotland. Whether it's the West Highlands or Scottish East Coast Main Line, or even going out to Airdrie in a 318. I've enjoyed every run. I should really do a little more in Scotland. Most of my stuff is in England, admittedly, because I do like the stuff that comes out of England, but the UK as a whole, I really do like. What did I just see there? Oops, let me acknowledge that. This way. No, that way. There we go. I saw something. Yeah, what is this? I've never noticed that before. I've never noticed that before. That's pretty cool. Just rail fanning from on top of a container. Alright, applying some more power here. Cowlairs East curve in just under 26 miles. As we are in the Blue Pullman HST. Quite a nice livery. As we get some yellows here. We're chasing, we're not chasing, we're chasing, we're not chasing. I may do a run in that one day. I may just do like a Scott rail run. That's actually a cool idea too. Still chasing here. I did quite enjoy the Hitachi takeover. The Class 800 series is actually one of my favorites to drive, just for the ease and knowledge that I have driving those so much. You can put those on any route and it'll be a good run. For me, personally. As far as riding in them, I cannot tell you how they feel. A lot of people tell me the seats feel like ironing boards. But I will leave that up to my UK people to give me the knowledge for that. Don't know if I'll ever get into one. Little over 23 miles to Cowlairs East curve. There's no one on platforms, but set up for a flyaway as soon as the vigilance those off. I don't think I actually set up GSMR. I'm just gonna leave it for today. Totally slipped my mind. As we are still chasing yellows here. Step 4. Still can't see the signal. Yellow. Volvo Trucker, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the kingdom. It's good to see you. All right, we're back on double yellows here. Just gonna give it a little more juice. And acknowledge the Volvo Trucker to the kingdom. With that name, I'm gonna assume you are a either ETS fan or a ATS fan. Either way, welcome to the kingdom. I am also an ATS fan or ATS fan. I just have not played in a little bit. Mainly because I don't have the room for it. We got a big hoary wheel that just takes up a lot of room. There is no one on these platforms. Not a soul on the platforms. But the good thing is, it's a beautiful day in Scotland. Let's actually hop out and take a look. Still some green out there. Not sure what's past those trees, but the best view I've gotten so far was off of the Buxton Peak Forest on the Just Trains Midland Main Lines DLC. So far, that's my favorite as far as scenery. Traveling up the West Coast Main Line, like in the north, is actually pretty good too. Yeah, the Shap area is pretty nice to look at. I'd like to go deeper into Scotland to see scenery. I'm really big on scenery, if you haven't guessed by now. Aesthetics, scenery, realism, immersion. I like all that stuff. I once did a run leaving Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the United States, heading to New York Penn Station in a cellar train, which is a route I'm a little familiar with, being that it's my regional area. And I was using a DLC that came with the actual, the scenario came with the actual DLC. And it was so unrealistic that I didn't want to finish the scenario because it wasn't realistic. So the following week, I actually did the same run, but my version of it, because I added all the necessary trains that should have been in the original DLC. I'm just gonna back off the power here so they don't hit yellows again. But it's stuff like that. Like if it's not realistic enough for me, I won't do it. You know, it's like being New Jersey, a New Jerseyan. I'm pretty familiar with what's supposed to run on that line. And when I didn't see it, I actually went online on the internet and found skins and placed those on specific trains, like the Arrow, and added some Jersey Transit, AOP 45s, 46s, doing some freight, as well as a bunch of Amtrak stuff. And it came out great. I was very happy. I was very pleased with it. But it's just extra work that I had to do. Like that's extra work that I have to put in instead of actually playing. You know, sometimes I just want to play. And you take that away from me when I have to create a scenario that I didn't plan on creating. But because it's in my head already, I wanted to get it done. Not that I don't like creating scenarios, but I also like making videos as well. Like everything doesn't have to be streaming. Like I like streaming, but I don't always want to stream. I want to make a nice video. You know, I want to add some announcements. I want to add some nice cutaway shots. You know, something that you can watch more than once and enjoy it. I can't do that if my time is being taken away creating a scenario that wasn't planned. Did I have fun doing it? Yeah, but it's just resources that are being taken away from me because I have to take away the time to do something else. Just over 14 miles to Colors East Curve. Looks like we found a good speed. I know we're losing some MPHs here, but I'd rather keep it at a nice pace than keep playing with the brakes and adding power. And I do like the construction assets. I'm not sure if that's actually on the DLC or if it's one of the assets that I paid for in Steam. But I think it does help aesthetically with the routes, so I won't complain. just over 12 miles to our destination of Colliers East Curve. Applying some more power here. Back to chasing. "11 miles to Colliers East Curve." Looks like that turned back to a double yellow. I'm just going to let it pace itself. 1.250 gradient. Downhill. Approaching the magnet. Acknowledge. Another thing I'm big on is AI traffic. I like seeing AI traffic. Still no one on the platforms, but at least we have a train. Acknowledge. I did quite like the Harrogate Loop DLC that we played last week for the first time. I felt like it was very up to date. I don't remember where I got it from, but I felt like it was very up to date, and the AI, the actual Sims, looked really good. You had Sims on the platform, rail fanning, which was something new other than these 1980s, 1990s Sims that we have regularly from DTG. Like, I don't know how difficult that is to change in the actual game, but I believe they should update all of the AI Sims in here. That would be a nice treat. Just under 8 miles to our destination of Colliers East Curve, as we are still chasing yellows. And with that, we'll actually hop out and look at some of the non-scenery here. Nice. Changed right before I hit the magnet. Get a different view. Just under 6 miles to our destination. We are in the Pullman right now, heading towards Fort William. Next, I believe we are heading towards Leeds. Hopping in the Just Trains Midland Main Line DLC. A little over 4 miles to our destination. Still no one on the platforms. We'll hop out one final time here. It's a pretty cool shot. Approaching our final destination. I'm going to start to hit the brakes a little bit. As we'll be dropping down to 60 and in 25 and in 15. Acknowledge. Assuming that's for the 25. As I see reds ahead. And we now have a yellow. I'll get her up to 25 and actually come down naturally. As we diverse to the right. I would actually love to play with this thing. But I think I'm going to save that for a freight run. Until I actually get my TSC controller for my PBC London Underground. As we approach our final destination here. I just want to clear the joints. I'll take it all the way to the signal here. Which is red. Don't want to spat at the end of this journey. Just about the right place. We will put the DRA on, and that should just about do it. Okay, and that was run number 1 of our HST journey, saying hello to the HST pack. We will hop into our next run. If this doesn't dump on me. And the next one is in a cross-country livery. Let's jump right into it. Now, I am missing some assets on some of these. Might be one or two, but as long as I have a player train, we should be good to go. I'm more afraid of it dumping on me. HSTs can put a strain on your computer. I'm probably going to go with some in-the-ear headphones, because these actually sit on my glasses and hurts my head. Okay, nothing new. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, and here's the briefing. Good evening, driver. You have taken over from the previous driver of 1E63 here at Derby. You will surely get moving again with the journey north. This service is heading for Leeds. You will call at Chesterfield and Sheffield. Open your doors and get yourself ready for the 1943 departure. Further details can be found on the F1 briefing. Okay. So let's get the train set up. Neutral. Acknowledge AWS. We have a red signal, so I'll leave the DRA on. I always put this light on for some reason. I have no idea why. Headlights on. Vigilance on. Get the doors open. We'll hop out, look at the cameras. Slam doors slamming. I really don't like that view, but I can't control it. Number 3 camera on the inside, so I can see passing AI. We'll hop back in the cab here. We will set up the GSMR. Actually, what signal are we at? $50.61. So we'll set this up. Head code 1E63. 1E63061. Alright, that's good. We have the signal now. Get that off the screen. We'll put this into forward. We'll pop that off. 2 for the guard. Releasing the brakes. And applying power. Actually, now applying power. We'll change that. Number 4. I like that better. We'll set up right there. Acknowledge the vigilance as we watch our train pass. All right, full beans here. We can get up to 75. First stop is Chesterfield. As we pass by some freight. Get up to 110 here. Let's get the ticker back up. I do quite like the cross-country skin. It's nice. As we get some scenery in. Voyager. All right, going up to 110. A couple of stops here. Chesterfield, scheduled at 20:02. And arriving at Sheffield at 20:18. I do like the vans I see parked on the side there. Couple of runs in the Midlands today. A lot of the HST runs are in this DLC. Aside for the one that I have planned to do off of the East Coast Main Line. That is a work in progress. Dropping down to 100, just gonna let it coast. All in all, HSTs are not my favorite high-speed train, but I do like them. I'll take a Pendolino first, Javelin second. I would probably say the E320 as well. Drop it down to 80 here. The class 374 E320. Like that pretty much too. Would that be considered international though, because it goes to other countries? But I do like the HST. I guess it would be my favorite diesel high-speed train. I could probably say that. Full beans here, we can get up to 100. Just over 12 miles to Chesterfield. I always feel like it's going too fast. It starts rocking like that. Just under 10 miles to Chesterfield. Seven miles to Chesterfield. Going full beans here. Back off the power here a little bit. As we have a 1 and 250 downhill gradient. On approach to Chesterfield. In 5 miles. Just wish there was some more AI on this. I say that as we get a meridian coming, approaching. But it's still not enough. I would like to see more. Just under 3 miles to Chesterfield. Chesterfield and Sheffield are our 2 destinations for today. I don't want to drop down too much. Then I'll be creeping into the station. LaserJet, where you driving at 455 to? I'm assuming somewhere near London, as we get some nice freight. Claygate. Nice. All right, we are on approach to Chesterfield. Driving a cross-country HST. Gonna hop out one time before we hit this station. This is Chesterfield. Doors will be opening on the left. Please mind a gap when leaving the train. I believe we're 2 and 8, so. Okay, doors opening on the left. Going to set up for a flyaway. I believe we're leaving at 04. Let's just go right here. All right, doors are closed. Releasing the brakes. 2 for the guard, but you do not hear it. And applying power. Oh. Sorry, vigilance. Now applying power. Alright, not working. There we go. Yeah. Photobomb my shot anyway. All right, next stop is Sheffield. Next, we're back in Glasgow, heading out to Aberdeen, followed by a new measurement run from Derby RTC to Hull. And if we have time, then we can actually look at my work in progress scenario from King's Cross to Sunderland in an East Coast HST. I'm not actually finished with that whip, obviously, but it is good to run. Only thing that I need to add to it, or I should say want to add to it, is some actual announcements in the actual scenario, instead of me actually having to add announcements on a live stream. They will play on their own. So I'm actually working on that right now. And if those go okay, then I'll start doing all of my scenarios that way. It takes a little bit longer to produce, but in the end, I think it's worth it. Especially if you're a big fan of immersion. You can't get more immersive than that. As we have a 1 1/100th gradient uphill. Just gonna put it back into full here. SW, how are things? Good to see you, my friend. All HSTs today, all HSTs. Picked up the 378 enhancement pack, nice. Yeah, I think when I originally picked that up, I created my own. I think that's when I did a 378 day. I did the Mild Bay, Goblin, Suffragette, and Lioness. It's actually pretty fun. I also did the Windrush line too. So I pretty much knocked out all the overground runs. I would say easily one of my favorite trains to work with on TSC. Just wish there was more light in these tunnels. Nice, nice. I've only done 2 runs with the 86 in TSW. I think I might have done 1 in Classic. But yeah, the 378 is pretty nice. Is that on sale? I know there's a sale going on. Oh no, that's Just Trains. Just Trains has a sale till tomorrow, I believe. Dropping down to 70 here. Totally wasn't paying attention. Yeah, there's still some good stuff on there that I need to pick up that I haven't picked up yet. I think I just purchased a bunch of stuff from AP that I didn't have already, because I do have a lot of the AP stuff. I usually wait for the sale and I just like rack up on stuff that I think I would use. So right now I am on wagons. Like I picked up a lot of the wagons. They were like $3.99. I mean, that's pretty cheap, I think. You know, and then I can just use them whenever I want to. Yeah, Just Trains, I believe, has a sale as well. Yeah, I mean, if you can get them and they're like $3.99, I think that's the perfect price, especially if you don't use them a lot. Like me, I barely do freight runs, but I do want to do a freight run pretty soon, so it'd be nice to have it. Not quite sure what I want to do. I don't know. I might do a class 70 run. I do like the 70, and it could be like a little prequel to the TSW version. Are the MK3s not on sale either? I think the MK3s might be discounted too. I think I seen that the other day. TB just passed us. Nice. Drop it down to 50. The bottom of this hill. I see the 15 coming. On approach to Sheffield. We drop it down to 15 here. I think the MK2s are on sale. I think because I just picked them up. Might be like $7.99 or $6.99 on one of those. Because I didn't have those either. I had the 3s, but I didn't have the 2s. Sheffield in a little over a mile. This looks like an igloo. It's pretty cool, actually. And I'm still a fan of these vans. As we see, another 150. Dropping down to 15 on approach to Sheffield. Yeah, I was actually saying that the other day as well. I wish ATS did sales too, but I guess that's how to get you to do the subscription. I don't know if you're subscribed. You save a good chunk on that if you're subscribed. But this is Sheffield. Yeah, I think with the sub, you save like 30 to 40% off the price of whatever it is you want to purchase. Doors opening on the left. I really wish we could get some new Sims. These are just outdated to me. I don't mind old trains. I don't want to see old Sims. And we're not going to fit all the way on this platform, so I'm just going to stop at the edge. According to this. A little bit more. It's probably still good, but just gonna give it a little bit more. As there is plenty of traffic in Sheffield. Alright, we'll stop it here. Get those doors open. see some more traffic here. One thing I was very surprised with, SW, I did a run last week off of the Harrogate Loop DLC, and it was my first time using that DLC. I totally forget where I got it from. You probably know what I'm talking about. And I was very surprised the Sims on that DLC were very modern, like they were up to date looking. But that was the Plymouth to Leeds using the AP HST. Run number 2 for us. We'll hop back into our standard scenarios. Oh, it's OTS. All right, cool. All right, so you know which one I'm talking about. They have up-to-date Sims in it where they're rail fanning, they're taking pictures on the platform, and like it's not the old style type of Sims in it. It's like modern, up-to-date, new looking Sims. I really did appreciate that, because all the other DTG DLCs just have the old style, you know, 1980s, 1990s looking Sims, and it really bothers me. All right, next we will hop into, you know what, actually we'll hop into the new measurement train. How about that? Before we do the Queens Glasgow Queen Street one. We'll hop into the new measurement. Yeah, I feel like OTS has actually been very consistent with the stuff that they've been putting out lately, whether it's, you know, scenarios or a DLC or whatever it is. No, not 323, although I do want to do that, but the 323s on here, not that pretty to the eye to me. I am actually in HST day. Just playing off of the HST farewell pack. Alright, well, F2 that. Is there a briefing? Yes, there is. Good morning, driver. Please prepare your cab and then proceed to Derby Station for a short stop before heading to Sheffield. Alright, got a yellow, so I can pop that off. We'll acknowledge that. Put her into forward. Add the DVD. Pop the brakes off. And we will head to Derby. Actually, brakes in a pipe, so we can go now. As it looks like we're racing a Meridian. Actually, let's hop outside. This is measurement tree. Oh, and a Voyager. Oh, it's busy right off the top. Nice. I don't like that horn, so that's the first thing we'll change. Going a little fast. This is Derby. Yeah, look at these Sims. It's horrible. Just the warning for the red. Acknowledged. Let's stop here. I'll hop out. Right, doors are open. Would we actually be letting people on this train? I don't know. But it looks like we're good to go. Actually, we are on red still, so I'm just gonna pop the DRA on. And we'll watch the Meridian leave before us. I acknowledge you close the doors, even though I can't go anywhere. I'm pretty sure the Voyager is leaving before us as well. That I don't know. This is actually not my scenario. So I can't give you an accurate answer on that. I mean, I could have hopped out and listened to it because I'm sure it sounds different, but just look at these ugly ass old Sims here. I'm gonna take a quick action. Turn the DVD off. I think I got that on the pick. Hop back in. Alright, double yellows. Pop DRA off. Yeah. Hey, Plums, how's it going, buddy? I really despise these sim that they have on this game. The OTS one just makes me even more angrier because it means that they can change them. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say because it obviously means that it can be changed. I believe we're crossing over 2 tracks to the left here, so we'll acknowledge that. And we are heading out to Sheffield. As we get spammed again, I really don't know how to fix this. Adding some more power here. Yeah, I have the Perkins 158. I like it. Acknowledge. How's it going, Plums? Courts was looking for you last week, actually. We did a run on all Hitachis. So just class 800s. Which was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that as well. Now we're doing all HSTs. And we get up to 110 here. As we look at the measurement train. The front looks funny to me. What HST is this? Is MTU? I'm not even sure anymore. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looks like it's missing something though. It looks like something's missing here. Honestly, SW, I have not played it. I have it, and I wanted to do that run, and I never did it, so I can't even tell you. When I did watch it, when Alan was doing it, it didn't look too bad. But I personally have not played it, so I can't critique it to the full abilities that if someone else had played it. I believe Tintin might have done a run on it last week. You might want to check out one of his videos. Backing off on the power here. Double yellows. Yeah, SW, that's another reason why I'm glad I got the subscription, because everything is a discount for you once you have the subscription. Ugh, let's change that right now. That's better. Yeah, CSW, that's what I'm talking about. You see the difference in the price there? It kind of makes the sub worth it. That's almost half. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that makes the sub almost worth it. And then he also does like stuff only for subscription people too, so you don't want to get left out on, like, you know, stuff like that. Scenario packs and specific things like that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Gemma 2 as well. I'm waiting for a lot of things, actually. I'm like really freaking out that Corby is not out yet. Like, I'm ready to jump on this Corby route. I already have a plan going using the what's that, 360 Luton Express. And I hope it's electrified. Like, I need it to be electrified. I need it to be electrified because I tried to electrify the tracks myself in the actual scenario, and I want a braking track, which made making a scenario extremely difficult. I think I need to reinstall my actual DLC now. Just over 12 miles to our Go Via. Full beans here. Obviously, this is not my scenario. I wouldn't say I've been lazy lately, but it's just a busy time for me. I can't always just dedicate time to making scenarios. No, I hear you, SW. You know, it's you gotta buy them when those sales hit. Just like those wagons. That's why I picked up those wagons. It's like, yeah, I don't need it right now, but when I do want them, at least I'll have it. All right, getting up to 110 here. As we head to Sheffield. Which DLC are you on? The full one that I did not too long ago. And you started in Charing Cross. Where did I start? Yeah, I think I have all of those. I don't know. Are you sure it's in scenario mode and not What's that other mode where you can't edit anything? Because I've done that before as well. Like I laid down a bunch of trains in that other mode, and then I couldn't actually edit anything. And then I realized it was not in standard mode. Just over 6 miles to our Go Via. Yeah, you know me, I like long scenarios, so that's kind of like my first option before I actually do anything. I haven't actually used anything off of that VDL because I still got to get track. I don't have track. Like I downloaded that scenario, that DLC, but I don't have track and signals. And I think those are James class assets that I don't have, that I need to download. I'm missing some of the James class stuff. But I'm liking this run. This run is smooth. And I do like the flying banana. That's for the VDL. It's weird because I have all that. Oh, my track might be Vulcan. I don't think I have Vulcan. That's what I'm missing. It's got to be the Vulcan. Approaching our Go Via. It doesn't say we're stopping, so I'm not gonna slow down. Oh, cool. All right, so I'll do that later on tonight then, because I do have the DLC, but there's no track on it, so I'll hop over to Vulcan later on after the stream. As we approach Clay Cross North. Next stop is Sheffield DSS in 15 miles. After this, we're hopping back into Scotland for another HST run off of the ScotRail East Phase 2 DLC. Line speed drops down to 95 in a minute. Now we'll head to Vulcan later on tonight. Backing off on the power here. Miles to Sheffield. Where is that? What does that mean? What does DSS stand for? I don't, because I don't own the ATS 165, 166. That was one thing I didn't get, and I kind of was hoping that when they did that, when they backported the 165, 166, I was kind of hoping they were going to do that with the 710. So we can finally get that damn train in the game, and it still hasn't happened. Like, I would love to play, even if it's backported, with it on the Goblin, or even actually using it on the WCMLS. That way I can stop using the 378. Full beans here. So like, if anything, I feel like that should be $11.99, $10.99. I'd get it a lot faster then. Well, I would use it for some GWR stuff. I think I used the 150 for a lot of like regional stuff if I'm doing Western Main Line to run. But I would love to actually have the 165, 66, but drop it down to 70 here. I won't do it. It's so many things I would like that I don't want to spend money on. Is the North Downs line out? Did they officially release it? Because that looks interesting. I definitely would get it when it's released. Like, I heard Alan talking on one of his streams recently. It didn't sound like he was that close to finishing Gemma 2. I know he did mention North Downs, but I either want a 710, which I don't think is going to happen, or a 345. Blowing through that mother. Nothing you can do. I'm yes, plums. I'm gonna have to back up. Hopefully I don't get trying to get there before we actually get demolished by another train. there's the train right there. Should I back up to the signal? I think I'm good. If not, this scenario is over. Hey, you don't have to sell me. I'm a fan. I like adventures. All right, looks like we're good. Just under 4 miles to Sheffield. I recently started a scenario on the Burn Cross, but the 323s are just so shitty, man. Like, they sound awful. They look awful. Like, I really wish there was a better unit that we could substitute in it. Like, I was thinking about probably just doing a Voyager run from Litchfield to Birmingham New. But I wanted to do a full Birmingham Cross City run, and I don't want to use the stock that they have on there. I think I downloaded a sound mod for it, but physically it still looks horrible. So and then the version that I have, like, if I'm speeding, it doesn't tell me I'm speeding, which is really weird. It just sounds funny, so I don't think I'll be using that anytime soon. Drop it down to 50 in a little bit. Yeah, I think I got the sound mod plums. It's just physically the unit doesn't look too great. Hit the wrong button. As we approach Sheffield. We're back in Scotland next, as we pass the giant cigarette and boob. Single yellow. Preparing to stop if I need to. Like, it would be cool if there was some trams that actually ran up on there. Even if it just went back and forth, like just have some trams up there. Okay, looks like the signal is green. Diverting to the right. Thought we were, anyway. Yeah, this month has been slow for new DLCs. May, it seemed like April, it seemed like everything was just coming out at once. March had a lot of stuff come out. Which really sucked because it means you were just pumping out money constantly when they could spread everything out. All right, this is Sheffield. That sucks, I can't turn that off. All right, and that was the new measurement train heading out to Sheffield. In the MTU class 43. We'll hop back into our scenario mode. There we go. And we'll hop back over to Glasgow Queen Street in a ScotRail Intercity. I'm impressed that after over a month, the 90 is still broken on TSW. I'm not. I feel like DTG really rushed it out. Like they rushed a lot of things out that month. So I'm gonna assume at a certain point, third-party development doesn't have a say anymore. Because like if it wasn't ready, I'm pretty sure Alan Thompson would have said it's not ready. But at a certain point, I think it's just out of his hands, and you know, you just have to roll with the punches. But I'm pretty sure he'll get it fixed. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, as far as the lawsuit thing, at the end of the day, you don't have to buy it. It's pretty much what they're gonna say. You know, and they're gonna be like, listen, it's technology, things break, things get overlooked. But actually, it's shame on us because we keep falling for the same thing. Well, I'm not, because I didn't actually buy the 90. I'm just gonna wait for it to get fixed. But I was kind of soured after the 805. You know, I seen it. Tintin streamed it. It looked good. The first time I stream it, it looks like trash. Blurry textures. The words on the inside of my cab just disappeared. Like that was crazy. Like you start the scenario and the words are there. The second you hop out and then get back into the cab, the words are gone. Like it was horrible. Like my gameplay was horrible. I've only used that DLC 3 times. I've used that DLC 3 times and I've had a bad experience all 3 times. Looks like I don't have a player train. All right, well. I actually could have sworn I had this already, but it is what it is. I swear I tested that earlier and it was there. I really don't want to hop into this. Yeah, it doesn't even work for me on Birmingham to Crew. I'm actually debating on whether I want to play this. This is a whip that I have not finished. It does work. I don't know if I want to play it. Let's see what else I have in 43s. Preferably AP. I think. No, that's the same train, so. We'll do a skip to one. How about that? Oh, is there a Harrogate one? We'll do a skip to one. That's fine. Hopefully this works. When I actually had issues with my TSW crashing, it was more of a Creators Club downloads that kept crashing me. So I just turned everything from Creators Club off, and that fixed it. But I'm also playing on console for TSW, so it might be different for you guys. Hoping this works. At least we have a player train. Is there a briefing? Alright, well, I'll set up the cab for now. Master key in. Reverse and forward, acknowledge. DRA off. I like to turn this on, I don't know why. Headlights should be on. Let's hop outside and see. Yep. Alright, ready to move. Horn sucks already. Pipes breaking. Alright, we are going to be pulling into Leeds. And I'll set up my GSMR. Let me just remember what number this is here. 623. Let's see, head code 1D28. What did I say, 23? I did say 23, right? Alright, going with 23. Alright, pulling into Leeds. Got yellows coming up. Dropping down to 15. On approach. Acknowledge. Platform 6. I always lose frames coming into Leeds. Pretty sure we're gonna have to change platform, change ends here. That's NPCs. Wish we could drive these. A little more, come on. All right, those are open. See, that's a cool looking unit. I like it. Metro. Alright, gonna turn these off. Oops. Put this to neutral. Take the sheet out. Going to switch ends. Alright, I didn't do something over here. Turn that off. There we go. Should be in full service, no? Vigilance on. Put you back on. Headlights back on. I can pop you off. (662) Turn you on. You were 1D28. (662) Hey, Quartz, how's it going, buddy? What time are we leaving here? Pick up passengers 2053. Deploy at 2100. 4 minutes. And then we're heading out to Kaye, is that how you say it? Kaye? And then Skipton. The runs are decent. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna say I'm having as much fun as I did last week. Actually, not last week. A week and a half ago, where we were in the Hitachis. But I am showing some HST love, and this is run number 4. We had one that dumped, and this is one I just picked up out of the blue because I didn't want to do, or I don't want to do the work in progress one I have. But depending on how long this is, it looks like this is not so long. I may do half or a piece of the whip. I'm just gonna put this into neutral so the vigilance does not keep going off. We will reset up our cameras. Put you here. Nah, this side's good. Kind of wish I had an interior camera. And we'll put you here for now. I don't see any traffic coming through here. It's probably best there's no traffic because then I would lose some frame rates. I never have good frame rates in leads. But we are scheduled to depart in just about a minute. Not really a fan of the MTUs, but I did like that new measurement train. Front looks a little weird though, but actually I want to look at this one. See, this is more of what I'm used to seeing. Like all of this is enclosed. It looked like there was like a big chunk just missing down here on that new measurement train. But I'm gonna set up for a flyaway because we're departing in a second. Well, I like it. I like it, Plums. Alright, doors should be closing soon. Eventually. Said 2100. There we go. All right, doors are closed. Let me put this back and forward. All right, applying power. Let me get this off the screen. Nope. That's better. 15 leaving the platform. It's a long one, huh? Wow, that took so long to get. There we go. We're in about 17 miles to Keeley. How would you pronounce that? Kaylee? And we get up to 50 in a second. As this is now turning into a night run. Honestly, I don't think I've done a run out to Skipton or towards Skipton where it was daylight. Which means I probably got to create my own scenario at some point. All right, going full beans here. Just over 15 miles to Keeley. We'll hop out while we still have some daylight. take a look at some of the scenery. Looks pretty cool over there somewhere. Looks like a lot going on over there. $13 to Keeley. I do quite like the sunset on this game. This is actually not. I thought I was at 90 actually. This is actually not the OTS time of day app. This may be just straight AP. I don't think I've had a bad. I don't think I've had a bad run anytime I've been on this DLC. Actually, like I do quite like the DLC. That Harrogate Loop DLC is top notch as well. I just don't see when I would actually play that unless I'm going straight to York. Like if it's a Leeds to York run. Other than that, I don't see myself playing that for in between stations. But I do like the NPCs on it. It's up to date. It's modern. It's got people rail fanning on it, which I think is really cool. I may just hop into that just to actually see that again because I was very impressed with it. As you drop down to 75 here. And I really do hope and wish like that's a main staple going forward with any new DLCs. quite like that viaduct. As we head into a tunnel here. Full beats. Do you know what the errors said? You might be missing some requirements. Yeah, dude, that's a must. SW. I also mentioned that to Quartz the other day. The sky and weather and the clouds works for multiple DLCs, so like if you can pick that up, it's very handy. And I do believe it's on sale right now. You could probably pick it up for like $3.99 or something really cheap. And that's the general AP stuff. $8.99? Okay. I see yellow's coming up. Just over 7 miles to Keeley. But yeah, it does help your scenarios a lot. As far as the Harrogate Loop, let me take a look at that for you, Quartz. Losing some frame rates here. Drop down a little bit. Harrogate Loop, let's see. It says all you need is a signal pack. Syncs signal pack. Still can't see the signal. It looks red. It is red. Looks like that guy's crossing in front of us. This manual. DRA is on. All right, releasing the brakes. Applying power. Full beans here. Requirements. Fuller Sim VMS signal pack, Armstrong Powerhouse worry lines, Just Trains common library, Steam Store East Coast Main Line, Liverpool, Manchester, West Highland extension. Yeah, I don't think you have most of these. Doncaster Works route, WCML Trent Valley, Settle to Carlisle, West Coast Main Line, Shap, Isles of Wight, Great Eastern Main Line, DTG version, North Wales Coastline, Cuda Holyhead, getting up to 60 here. Vulcan Tree Pack, Vulcan Glass Pack. I don't have some of this myself. I thought I updated this to block those annoying spam bots. Just under 6 miles to Keighley. Watch your toes, sir. Yep, courts, once you actually get the route, you can actually create your whole scenarios, and then you don't have to worry about missing trains because you know you have it because you created it. And I'm also not surprised about the can't load rail vehicles because you probably don't have a lot of the stuff that they want to use for the scenarios. I'm pretty sure they use a lot of Just Trains stuff and Armstrong Powerhouse stuff, because if they're OTS, they do a lot of stuff with Just Trains. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. just don't understand why there's so many spam bots. All right, just over 3 miles to Keeley. I added keywords to try to band them a little more better. Like, I believe best viewers was some of the words I put in there. No tea today, it's just water. Two miles to Keeley. It's a nice shot of the moon there. What engine is that? Sounds like a 185. Yeah, I hate the bots myself. Totally understand. Hey, at least they're not adding themselves as followers. Yeah, I thought it was 185. It's probably my best version of the HST. MTU is definitely my least favorite. Yeah, you know me, SW. I'll play it, bro. Approaching Keeley. Kaylee. However it's pronounced. Base requirements, the DTG version, right? That actually bothers me a lot. Like, I want something from AP and I have to go to DTG to buy the base requirement just so I can use it for a scenario. Like when I had to get the 73, I had to get the 73 from DTG first. This is Keeley, doors opening on the left. Mind the gap. Put you on the other side here. There we go. Up, up, there we go. Slam doors slamming. screen. Yeah, I mean, if you can wait that long, I would definitely do that. I would definitely do that. The sale's going on right now. I believe what it's till tomorrow, and then you just have to wait for the Steam sale. Like what I do is I'll put something on my wish list, and as soon as it goes on sale, you'll know because you'll get a heads up, like an email or whatever, saying this is on your wish list. It's on sale, and that's when you can just load up. Doors are closed. Releasing the brakes and applying power. Actually, I like the Valenta more. But yeah, take advantage of those sales. Seems kind of quiet. Next and last stop is Skipton. Oh, so you were probably just missing an actual player train. That's probably what was going on with you. But also, once you learn how to work the scenario editor, you can use whatever train you want. Well, I'm glad you got it working. about 6 miles to Skipton. I'm going to try to finish that other work in progress that I have going out to Sunderland. I do have some other ideas of what I would like to do next as far as videos, so I'll be trying to work on that as well. Not quite sure what I want to put up in community right now. Just taking a slight break from that. May is a busy month for me, life-wise, so just focusing on some other things. The whistle board. Drop it down to 60 pretty soon. Warning for the 60. As we are on approach to Skipton. See yellow's coming up. Magnet. Double yellows here. Approaching Skipton. Line speed drops to 45. Acknowledging AWS. Single yellow here. Platform 2 for us. As we approach 35. Line speed drops to 35 here. Step 3 braking from me. This is Skipton. Doors opening on the right. Mind the gap when exiting the train. I promise you one day I'll be able to use my controller. It just won't be today. But this is Skipton. Please take all your belongings with you upon exiting. Just need a little more juice here. Alright, doors opening on the right. Looks like I gotta come up a little more. Won't let me open the doors. Doors are open. I'm not getting credit for it, though. I am not getting credit for it. I'm gonna come up a little more. It's gonna suck. I can't finish this scenario because of this. There we go. All right, and scenario incomplete, so I'm not going to get credit anyway. Top work, 1D28 is safely into Skipton on the first evening of LNER era. After passengers disembark, the train will head empty to Neville Hill. I can't do anything about that. Let's actually look at the rundown. All right, so we first started off in the Network Scott East Phase 2 DLC. We did a run in the Blue Pullman, which was from Shenfield to Fort Williams. We did it as far as one of the curves. I forget which curve it was. Then we hopped into the Plymouth to Leeds in the Just Trains Midland Main Lines DLC. And I believe that was in a cross country. I may be mistaken. Followed by a run from, actually we didn't do that one. That one did not work. The next one we did was the Derby RTC to Hull off the Midland Main Lines in a new measurement train. And we did not do my whip King's Cross to Sunderland. I don't want to put that up just yet. It's not totally finished before I actually want to unveil it. So we just hopped into another Class 43 that we found in one of my libraries, service number 1D28. And that was the London King's Cross to Skipton that we did in the Max Tracks DLC, leaving from Leeds, which was it was decent. I really wish I got credit for it, as long as it took us to get that, out of the way. But it is what it is. And that is our rundown for today. All in all, I did have fun playing with the HSTs, even though it's the farewell pack, but to me it was the hello pack. So I just had a little fun with the wordplay there. So that is, just gotta have fun. We're playing video games, so that's all I can say about that. But that's actually gonna do it for me today. I hope you guys have fun. You can probably catch me again. Actually, I don't know when you'll catch me again. I have some things going on life-wise that I can't give you an actual date of when I'm going to do my next stream. But I will keep working, and I guess I will see you guys later. See you later.